Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome into a video which I've been kind of keen to make ever since the announcement of Indiana Jones and now we know the Great Circle was coming to us. I got excited as a lifetime Indiana Jones fan. I have been looking forward to a game like this for quite some time. We've had our fair share. There's been moments. There's been Lego games and all kinds of different things, but the idea that there's going to be a brand new game dedicated to something that I love dearly, I'm just really excited that it's finally here. Now we're going to watch this. I'm going to react to like the actual overall presentation of this. So recently, you may have seen that there was a kind of like Bethesda MachineGames dropped the brand new trailer for this, but there was also actually like an extended version. They were kind of talking about the kind of like the development process and what we can look forward to as well. We're going to watch that. I haven't seen any of this. I want to kind of like really take it all in. Obviously, comment on my thoughts on the trailer as well. I've watched the trailer a few times, but I figured it was time to do this. Let's watch this together. Let's embrace this together, and we'll stop and start as we go. But Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, it's coming our way. I'm hyped. If you're hyped for it, let me know in the comments too. Like, let me know below if you are excited for this, because I am absolutely head over heels in love with this thing. I don't even know what it is yet. So let's have a look. Bougie. MachineGames is like the best place in the world to work.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos MachineGames.
The Swedish.
We are really excited to finally to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure.
Yes, it has.
Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture.
Arguably the most iconic. And I love that. Let's just have a second there. I just love the fact as well here. It's like Indiana Jones has remained one of the most iconic franchises ever since day dot. Raiders, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade. We're going to stop it there. Just going to stop it. We're going to carry on and just talk about something else now. So we're just going to forget about Dial of Destiny, which came out recently, or Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, as well, because let's be honest, they focus. They go into this, I think, as well. They say this kind of like it's kind of well documented. This game takes place between Raiders of the Lost Ark and Last Crusade. Okay, so it's right in the middle of that. I think as far as the chronological aspect of Indiana Jones, I think Temple of Doom, I think, is the very first movie in the series from a timeline perspective. So Temple of Doom's first, then Raiders, then Last Crusade. Obviously in Last Crusade, we see kind of River Phoenix playing Indy. We see in her younger years, but I think that's the way it is chronologically. But this is positioned right between Raiders and Last Crusade. So we're talking peak Indy, like the absolute creme de la creme of Indiana Jones. We're talking like Marcus Brody's still going strong. Salah's there. Obviously his dad. We've got to see a little bit of Henry Jones Sr. God, I would love Sean Connery from Beyond the Grave, doing what he does best and just mugging off Indy left, right, and center. The dog. Never mind. Let's get right into this.
You aren't just playing as Indy. You are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
Shout out as well. I love the fact that you got MachineGames in the background, but I love you've got an idol on the table as well. Just recognize, just so that was there. Someone's gone, oh, get that in there. That's one thing I'm kind of envious about. I wish I worked at MachineGames, because I would love to have indie merch just hang around the office. I'd be like, can I have that? Can I have that bit too? I love that. And I must say as well, like, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of it all, and I'm sure they'll talk about it, but MachineGames, this for me is one of the most defining like parts of this whole thing. This whole Indiana Jones escapade, MachineGames, who are synonymous with the Wolfenstein games, New Order, Colossus as well, were so good. I love them. I absolutely love Bethesda. I think where they've remained strong, obviously with id as well, making Doom. I love the fact that they've got this IP first person. Obviously, there's the Fallout games and such as well, Skyrim, you name it. But for me, like, MachineGames have done such a good job reinventing those franchises. So the idea that they've come along here, they know first person so well. They obviously know the Germans. We know that's going to be a big factor in this as well as the enemy. I think it's ticking a lot of boxes to what's going to make this a great game. So that kind of for me, the idea that this is going to be, will they get it right? I think they will get it right. I just think that that's not even a part of the conversation. They'll just do their version of an indie game and do it well. I cannot see them dropping the ball on that. It's everything else around it I'm looking forward to seeing more about.
I've wanted to make an
Hello,
Indiana Jones
Todd.
game forever.
Hi, Todd.
I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life.
Okay,
it
so
was
he's
in,
very much a part
what
of the
kind
storyline.
Arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at MachineGames. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Okay, before we get into the trailer as well, let's just take a moment here and just recognize that Todd Howard being a fan of Indiana Jones as well. Yes, this is kind of like a, kind of a well-shot, clearly directed piece of content we're watching here as well. But just the fact that Todd Howard is saying, I'm a lifelong fan of this, which so many people of his generation will be. The movies came out in the early to late 80s. But the fact that you've got passion there and telling a story that they've crafted, they've created, and Lucasfilm have signed off on it, and the fact that it's between those two kind of iconic movies, it's canon. It's going to be interesting to see because they've got these iconic characters. We'll see in a second here, but to me, there's clearly a love for this as well, which I'm looking forward to.
Let me tell you what
Okay, here we go.
I'm missing.
Ah, they're back. They're back.
While you were playing your pointless,
I love that he's just lying in the sand like this with Indy.
I was playing you.
I love those knuckles, the hair strands.
Maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning.
He has.
Ending up
He's an icon, damn it.
dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
So we're going to Africa. I love that. Already establishing it. Love it. Just the piano, the subtle piano, that I love it. The moon. God, it looks like Italy. I mean, this shot to me is iconic as well. Not to mention that iconic vision of Indy with, as we saw him in Raiders as well, ticking the boxes for the fans. Even using the font from the movies is, to me, is a massive kudos as well. It just feels like we're watching part of the Indy universe straight off the bat. It's right at the beginning of the trailer. And this is the bit where everyone is completely thrown by. First-person adventure. A first-person indie game. Wow. I mean, we wanted something different immediately. We've never had this. We've never had this before. This is huge.
History.
Looks very Egyptian. Very Egyptian.
Just different ways to interpret the past.
Who's this fellow? Looks like Candyman.
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs.
Love that scene too. Already, I get, again, Last Crusade vibes, going into the catacombs beneath the library. Skulls, rats. His father wouldn't make it. He's scared to death of them. Cobwebs. Everything that is iconic of Indiana Jones. I mean, we're talking about iconography as well. We saw that Egyptian bit with, like, we saw kind of like, the different sarcophaguses and such. But there was that one kind of antiques kind of like, I guess antique kind of consortium of stuff. Had like crucifixes on the wall. It had like, kind of Italian statues. Almost like a cave of wonders of relics, which I love as well.
Scattered and buried.
Cog puzzles.
Just
Love it.
waiting to be found.
You can't just
Oh,
run
Denholm.
away from your
I love you.
Indiana.
Yes!
Watch me.
So right. Classic. I mean, whipping people off things, strange.
Throughout history,
This looks to me... Spiders! I love it.
mankind
That looks like
was
the Night of the Cruciform Sword, like the Crusaders. We're in the jungle.
If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around,
Obviously Egypt, Africa.
you get a perfectly aligned circle.
Wow. The blimp. This in VR, I love that to the beat. I love the VR aspect. If this could be a VR game, oh my god.
It ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
We're going to like the Antarctic or somewhere, or Nepal. Oh, we're going everywhere. Love these missions. Just blowing up stuff. And jumping on planes. I mean, that's mental. That's mental. It's not real.
Patron of the fallen angels.
Patron of the fallen angels.
Protector of the
I mean, forgive me. The Chukwumani. I don't know what that is. Like he's like going, patrons of the Chukwumani. I don't know what that I should be like, no way. Had he said something that I recognize, like patrons of the, I don't know, something else, which is really the Spear of Destiny, I'd have gone, oh, sick. I know what that is. But forgive me. I don't know what that is. But Indy seems into it, and so am I.
The Great Circle.
The Great Circle.
You have any idea how old that was?
Classic. I love that piano. That music for me is really special. I really like it. I really like
Indiana Jones.
Okay, hi Mitra.
Is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Reading from a teleprompter.
Everyone here at the studio has their own.
Everyone's just chilling. Let's just chat about Indy over some lunch, yeah? Yeah. I'm down.
Adventures
on the rooftop? Yeah. Let's do rooftop Indy. Yeah.
For years. He's a brilliant archaeologist. He's a charismatic everyman. He's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a
hi,
new
Edward.
Indiana Jones story for a modern.
I don't know why I'm saying
world.
hi to everybody. It just feels like the right thing to do.
Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels.
If I was in a room and I was there opposite Harrison Ford's actual, which I presume that is, actual Indy costume, I would smell it. I mean, I would. Sorry. Facts. I'm going to smell that bad boy. 100%. But smell like cigars and whiskey and, I don't know, bad dates. Funny. But still, I mean, I think this is really special. The fact that they're rendering all the actual parts of Indy, what makes him who he is, and I guess the iconic Indy get up, like the jacket, the shirt, the hat, it all makes him such a that these are intrinsic to the character, and I love the fact that everything is going to feel so authentic.
At Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting, and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal
this looks great.
Adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
It looks kind of slow paced too, which I want more of.
Cracking your whip, solving
in the
puzzles
face
in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fist fight. All of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments.
Yeah, good.
Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Interesting. Okay.
Indiana
Here we go.
Jones and the Great Circle
Timeline.
is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins,
Oh, wow.
Indiana is working at Marshall College.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I haven't seen any of this.
He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems
It is
to be a
Candyman!
historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why
Oh,
this
sick. We
particular
are going to
relic was
Italy, man.
stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
I haven't seen any of this. This is amazing.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
Oh, wow. I love that. I have not seen any of this. This is incredible.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop.
Morse
Leave me
code.
alone. Stop.
Antonio.
We always talk about how clever
Hey, Axel.
Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think.
Like, obviously, like Shankara stones. Okay.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment, to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them.
It's interesting as well. They're kind of talking about the kind of like the way in which the game is going to unfold, because when I think about what this is going to be like, I don't know why this is just a pure hunch. This is just a pure me speculating here, but I get the vibe that this game is going to be quite short, and I don't know why that's a thing that came to mind straight away. I just figured that I don't think you can expect like any a 30-hour plus campaign. I don't think that's going to be a thing. There's only so many puzzles and things you can do before you kind of run out of ancient. There's only so many. I think you're limited. I think that there's no multiplayer aspect as well. Like usually you're playing it for the campaign. You're playing it to be Indiana Jones. Now they're talking about those kind of Dishonored moveset as well. Like you can take things on by stealth, or you can take things on just going for broke and going wild here. Like other first-person kind of experiences. From likes of GoldenEye, you could do the same thing. You've seen it loads. Like most games, there is kind of two different ways of doing it. We saw it like in all of them. Bulletproof, was it? I don't remember. There's a whole bunch of different stuff. But for me, I think what I'm looking forward to seeing is whether or not they can translate that first-person to third-person perspective. Really translates for audiences, and they enjoy that, because I, for one, might actually kind of dig a slower adventure. The idea of taking it in the environment. So often you play games and you're just like bam, 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 like running through, getting things done, not really accounting for how amazing the kind of the surrounding area is. Maybe this is one of those games that they will have moments where it is a bit slower. And it wants you to really, Machine Games wants you to absorb the skin of Indiana Jones and just kind of live like it was actually him. And yeah, they make a good point. You can't just like blow everything up around you and keep shooting people in the face constantly. Like the fact there are fist fights and there are things you've got to kind of do as a real human Indiana Jones would do, I think is really interesting.
To your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Temples of
Sukhothai,
the pyramids of
Egypt. We're going back to Egypt.
The snow-peaked Himalayas.
Yeah, Himalayas
and beyond.
Wow.
We look carefully at each location.
So jungles,
time period the game is set in,
like frosty mountains or snow mountains,
and accurate as possible.
Deserts.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
It's
One
a
of the
blimp.
biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the Indy films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
This is awesome. I love seeing this behind the scenes.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production.
Oh, it's Troy
style.
Baker, isn't it, playing Indy?
We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
So cool to see all this.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist.
Gina.
Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of
Gina.
curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been
an investigative reporter. Okay. Look at this. This is the cave. This is a library of relics I was talking about.
Professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they
really
need
cool.
each other in order to get to the bottom.
Look at this. Look at this. Amazing. Like there's Catholicism, Christianity.
Let's see if we can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this
Emmerich Voss. Okay.
Man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
I'm interested about this because he,
of Africa.
One of our mottos
I'm
for
interested to
Indiana
see
Jones
exactly
and the
how
Great Circle
the
is
main
adventure
villain
first.
pans
In
out in
every
this.
indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience.
I like how they personalize all this. It feels like I know the people behind the
How
game.
you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around.
It's got to be. It said 2024. It's got to be coming out soon.
Them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies,
God.
one of our
I
goals
want
has
that
been to
so
make the
bad.
web as fun and multi-purpose
I need that in my
as
life.
possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment.
That's cool.
You can use it as
I wonder if you can use that literally anywhere.
And
As
yes,
an assist-
you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip, and hopefully a little bit more.
Oh, the music
Puzzles are
already.
a key feature
Okay,
of
puzzles.
our game.
Puzzles are key.
The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and
Ooh,
are
like
just
we
there
talking
for the
side
players who want
missions
to
or just
experience
fun?
them. Epic
Ooh,
traps,
that looks cool.
small secrets, and hidden puzzles that
Interesting.
blend right
Okay.
in with their surroundings.
Good.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Okay. Now that makes me think as well that this game might have more to it than just the obviously there's obviously the campaign mode, the story, and there is what it is. But the fact that there's gonna be no doubt collectibles along the way that access certain areas and certain Easter eggs and bits and pieces throughout the course of it you can go back to. So I wonder if there's gonna be a hub world or multiple hub worlds. Will there be like a Himalayan hub world? Will there be a African, like Egyptian hub world, and obviously like a Vatican hub world? I want to see how that looks and how that's gonna. We had it in the Lego games, didn't we? Remember a long time ago. We had where Indy's school where he worked, the college where he worked. But it's I like the fact that you might have those different hubs and they might have access to different things. Similarly, you have one of the later Uncharted games did something very similar. So that could be really cool. I like that. That adds replayability too, and more than just going through the motions, which is cool.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our
Thank
big
you.
reveal
Thank
of
you.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us.
Love that.
We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of.
Definitely.
I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year.
Yep.
And we cannot wait to share more soon.
Todd's just taken the idol. Love that. Ah, dude. Just the music gets me. Very cool. Yes. Ah, great. Amazing. Available on Xbox Series XS, PC, Game Pass. That is, do you know what's really ironic? I remember I was very much an Xbox 360 player. And then I wanted to play the Uncharted games and was like, right, I'm going to go back to PlayStation. I think I went to PS4 to do exactly that. And now, despite having a PC and Game Pass, I think I need to get a new Xbox just for this, because this is going to be incredible. I want to see it in VR. Like VR would just be, if there's anything that's going to draw me to a VR experience, because I don't have a Meta Quest, I don't have I don't have these Oculus, none of these things, PlayStation VR. Well, obviously you can't anyway with this because it's Xbox, but still, this could be that game. This could be that game that really says to me, I want to do this entire thing using VR. Look, what hasn't been said already? This game looks great. Purely for me, because I'm an Indiana Jones fan. And I don't feel like there's been an Indiana Jones game that I could really sink my teeth into for most of my adult life, if I'm honest. I know there was the Infernal Machine. There's been other games since. There was once one announced a long time ago that was kind of like a third person one in development, but I think that became either a nothing or that was just a family thing. I can't remember, but I was excited. Then I haven't been for a long time. Lego games obviously were good to a degree. I don't love the title. I'm not huge on the Great Circle. I just find that it doesn't. It's a bit like it doesn't. It's not very grandiose or captivating. Like, why couldn't it be like, I don't know, the Forbidden Sphere or something kind of like a bit more. I remember that a really cool indie title I had a long time ago was Indiana Jones and the City of Gods. That sounds sick. There's something epic like that. The Great Circle. I think of circus. I don't know why I think a Great Circle. I don't know why I think of giant marquees when I think of Great Circle. I don't know why I do that. But it is the title is the title. That is the thing. Figure that aside, this is going to be a game that comes out 2024 by a great studio who've got lots and lots to do. The story looks fun. I mean, for me, it looks like an experience that's going to be very much for Indiana Jones lovers, it has to be an experience. And I mentioned about this family entertainment aspect as well. This has to be a game where, because kids of today aren't really going to know that much about Indiana Jones. Yes, one of the movies came out recently, but this is a character that was in his absolute heyday in the 80s and 90s and has been a little bit here and there. Yes, it's a franchise that has lasted for the last 40 odd years, but there needs to be something that really galvanizes like the younger generation to be like, ooh, Indiana Jones, that's really cool. I want to learn about that thing. What's that thing? Which anyone who's over the age of 30 will absolutely commit to this and say, yep, whatever happens, I'm playing this bad boy. I just think it's got good people working on this, and it's going to be something which is part of that Indiana Jones canon, and in a time frame, in a period as well, that the movies can't do that. Harrison Ford's too old. But games can do that. They can put us right back in the mix of things, right back in the middle of where it all began. I love the fact Indy's going back to Egypt. Surely, after Raiders, before Last Crusade, he's only been there recently. Salah's surely still living out there. Or he's going to have some kind of like memory of, I was just here at the Well of Souls. I just found the Ark of the Covenant, and I'm back again. Maybe he goes back to the same site that the Germans were digging at. I mean, I don't know. But it's all going to come to fruition very, very soon. But I'm really excited, and I know that there's going to be negativity out there as well, because it's most of what I've read online is people thinking, oh, okay, this is going to be a thing. This is the game that I am most looking forward to in 2024. That's for me. That's me personally. That's what I'm most looking forward to. I don't know about you guys. I think it's just going to be an iconic game that is really fun to sink my teeth into. And being someone as well who's got life commitments now, work and family and stuff as well, the pick up and play aspect of an adventure like this, I just know is going to really appeal to me and the lifestyle I lead too. So I can't wait. Let me know in the comments below whether you guys are excited for this, what your thoughts are, whether you kind of are hyped for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And thank you for watching this. Just so I'd react, I've not seen any of that really apart from the trailer. So it was great to kind of find out a bit more about this and the people behind making it as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can come up with. But for now, take care. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like if you did, and I'll see you very, very soon. Indy's coming, baby. Indy's on his way. See you soon. Bye-bye for now.